how
That
does that
makes
relate
sense.
to goodness though? Like I see that
Well,
the
goodness
kindness
is
in
not
that.
doing that. That's all there is. Goodness is that. That's it. You do the goodness, then you actually will be actually kind and giving.
I
Yeah.
think what he's saying is do the right thing just simply for that reason, because it is the right thing to do, not seeking reward, recognition, not looking for gratification or praise. Um, I mean, we're all human. We all have hearts, and within a situation, you can know if I say this, that could hurt that person, so I won't say that. Or, if I react in this way, I'm aware of how my emotions are and how that person's emotions could feel if I were to react in a startling way. They're not going to take it well. So it's like I'm not going to do that. But so that's, I think, in a way, not looking for to win. It's there's a sense of rivalry, I
It's
think.
the way the world works, but that's not the way life
It's
works.
very, yeah, like to get by, to get
Not the
like,
way the world works. It's not the way the world works. Like
well,
the
the world
real.
works off of rivalry. You're right.
Yeah. So
And
that's just what people are doing, but that's not the way. That's why it never works for them. They're always having to always be selfish in this world.
this tit for tat thing, you're going back to it again, right?
Well, some people like to call this dialectics, and that's like one of the like biggest cages I've ever seen.
Hmm. If I do this, then this happens, or if I do this, I get that.
Like that's not a rule that everyone thinks it is. I mean, there are other laws out there and systems in place.
What's the difference between being kind and being good?
It's like a genuine kindness and a genuine goodness, then a genuine kindness, is like a giving a gentle, warming touch and of care. And goodness is not overlooking anything that you could do good. Like even if it's as simple as, oh, I see that piece of paper that's on the floor, I should pick it up instead of just walking by and ignoring it, and throw it in the
So,
trash. Hmm?
for instance, with an unruly child that's getting into things that they shouldn't, maybe starting fires or whatever, being kind to them might not be the right thing to do. That wouldn't be a good thing to do because they will continue to create fires and be
You see,
destructive.
try to break things down like this.
Mhm.
The only answer goes back to you need unconditional love for the right answer. Because remember, once you have unconditional love, then all those things they're real versions of them. So that means they're all the same thing. Like, but when there's not that unconditional love, and it's just like love, this going down to kindness, goodness, like they're all just going down the scale. There's no really good quality about any of them when it's that way. It's always going to be a problem, no matter
Mm.
how ideological you want to think this is. Hey, I'm doing a good thing by being kind, like 'cause you don't know how to be kind. Even if you think you're being kind, you're not being kind. You know,
Well, there
that's
seems to be some self-satisfying thing that's
it's just a
happening.
lack of unconditional love.
Hmm.
You
Without
cannot
unconditional
you can't
love,
have
yeah.
any of those beautiful virtues things actually be generally what they are if there's no unconditional love. It literally
Hmm.
starts from unconditional love. That's it. There,
So you're saying you can't truly be kind.
yeah, you cannot truly be kind unless you have unconditional love.
Mm. Wow. There's some self-serving part
You
of you
cannot
that's
be
always going
you
to be
cannot be
underlying.
truly
I
good
think
unless you
that's,
have unconditional love.
huh. Again,
Well,
so we're being good to self-serve. Is that what you're trying to say? We're being kind as a self-serving way.
It's
Is
just
that what's happening?
that people don't know what they're doing, so they just trying their best to do what they've been taught to do. And a lot of everyone's experiences are different, and a lot of people are taught different things. So um, it makes it very difficult for one to make their way in the world. You know,
Hmm.
it's
Would
hard
you
to teach people. Huh?
would you say kindness can become unhealthy or unbalanced?
Of course, the way it is in the secular world, of course.
Okay. So you're saying that kindness within unconditional love can never be anything but good. However, being kind for, say, virtue signals or for favor or for, whatever reason that's not in unconditional love, that can be unhealthy, unbalanced, and outside of goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's very gentle or very harsh, it still it just will be off balance regardless, even if it's the tiniest bit, you know?
So even so, like the father who must discipline the son so that he does not burn down the house is actually being kind and unconditionally loving in disciplining his child so that he doesn't kill himself and his family.
Yes, in the old days they would agree with that.
Would they
But
not
that would
agree?
but today you cannot do this. You would what do you do?
Well, that's arguable, but I mean, if you don't discipline your kid and he burns the house down, I mean that's arguably much worse.
How how you discipline can be, you know,
Well, if it's within
a
unconditional
problem.
love, it's being kind and good, but at the same time, you are disciplining the child, right?
But you're not going to cut off his hand for wanting to start a fire.
Would you do that to anything you love? Would you maim it?
Of course not.
No. If you
But in
must,
the name,
if you, if you must, use the rod, may it be that of a shoelace, right?
right.
It's okay. You can spank your child all you want to get them to do the right thing, just but you don't need to cut their hand off.
No, nothing that causes permanent damage. That's not out of
I mean,
Okay,
unconditional love.
it's like this. Like, okay, if you had a plant, right? And you want it to grow better, you can pinch it a little bit, not break off its things like its leaves or stems, but you can pinch it and they'll get stronger. For example, a body, you yourself as a martial artist, you can bang yourself with sticks, and your bones get stronger, and you can handle. So it's like conditioning. It's just called conditioning, and conditioning also falls under unconditional love.
Hmm.
Conditioning yourself and conditioning our race or what you want to call it, our species. It's part of our nature of survival. When we start,
Now we're
we as civilization don't want conditioning anymore. That's why we built
uh
nice, cozy homes for ourselves. And I mean, everyone is seeking comfort. This goes back to like the last time.
hmm.
so how do you think
Well,
that
we're
culture
conditioned to
and
believe. Oh, I'm sorry. We're conditioned to believe that when we get something for the work that we do, that's good. We're conditioned to believe that, you know, getting a promotion in the job is good. But, the way you get the promotion, come on, how about that? Like, are you gonna undermine some principles to make someone else look bad so you get the job? And that's not good. But I guess the way we're conditioned to believe is that, if we get more money and we're doing good. And
it's
if we're
funny that
not
you
getting the
brought that
money,
up.
no.
The next thing I was just about to say was how does culture and upbringing shape our ideas of kindness and goodness?
Oh, well, there
And
you
that's work
go.
culture. So
Well,
it fits
Reza
right
was
in.
actually bringing up something that would be kind of old school sounding to people too, but he was talking earlier about, raising up with like the traditional values of the wife stays at home, cooks and cleans while the man goes to work and does all the other chores,
Mm,
necessary to make that possible for her to be there and do that. Like,
Hmm.
and like we've lost that in this day and age, and it's even frowned upon, But there, there's I'm not saying agreeing with it or disagreeing with the way it was then or the way it is today. I'm just stating facts.